So what would Norman Rockwell say about this week's rough and tumble election? Or what would he paint about it, you think?
Our Tar Heel traveler remembers years ago when the North Carolina Museum of Art showcased his work. Tonight, Scott Mason thought it was a good time to honor the man who brought Americans together on canvas.
The themes of American life in the 20th century.
Themes of family, children, innocence, and loss of innocence.
They're very complex images.
And yet Norman Rockwell is revered for the simplicity of his images.
Things that we remember, very much memories of our lives, moments of which you were a part.
But moments, too, of distortion, deep introspection.
And that's what makes Rockwell, I think, a much more three-dimensional artist than people give him credit for.
The artist himself painted himself, painting himself. A three-dimensional portrait with layers of perception.
He does have layers, and some of the layers are a little troubling.
Norman Rockwell spent much of his life in New England, and unlike his images, suffered a lonely and unhappy childhood.
He was also not a terribly good father.
And yet his paintings are homelier than apple pie. I paint life as I would like it to be, Rockwell once said.
A Rockwell world.
His wholesome depiction of life appeared on more than 300 covers of the Saturday Evening Post.
And so the American story unfolds really for 50 years.
Moments of great thanksgiving, but at the same time, Rockwell was not blind to moments of desperate struggle. Murder in Mississippi and Rockwell's The Problem We All Live With.
Powerful, beautiful at the same time, engaging, and is truly a chapter of American history.
But it does also indicate how complex a figure Norman Rockwell was.
Mr. Sentimentality, his work both dismissed as cliché and embraced as life, a friendly world, but in Rockwell's hands, layered with subtle complexity.
He was the observer of American life.
That Norman Rockwell exhibit traveled the country several years ago and arrived at the North Carolina Museum of Art in 2010.
Rockwell died in 1978, but his work is still admired for its celebration of American values.